Hello everyone, I know there's a lot going on the screen right now, but I'm here to show you what I plan to do for my early league money making. It is going to revolve around something called Rogue Exiles. So, see all this lightning stuff going on? It's because we got one already in this map. I went ahead and used the craft along with a mod that was actually on the map. These are completely unnecessary, and I don't believe we're getting Anarchy this league. We're going to be using the Atlas tree points. But I want to demonstrate a bit of why we're going to be doing this. Let's go ahead and show you guys a bit of map gameplay. Bam. See all these rares. One Rogue Exile. This one was Possessed, which is part of the strategy. Drops a lot of rare items. Some that are harder to get than others, such as the 2-stone ring. We're just going to do a bit more of this map. Even can spot some more of these Rogue Exiles. Gonna run by most everything else. See, we got another one. Bam. Amulet. Ring. Oh, here's another one. Wow. Amulet. Belt. Ring. Amulet. These are pieces for the Chaos recipe that are usually very, very hard to get. The chest and all the other armor pieces and weapons, very, very easy to get. But jewelry can be a real pain. Now keep in mind, this is just a tier 2 map. By using these Rogue Exiles, we get basically free Chaos Recipe completion. That is the key to our strategy. So why are we bothering with Chaos Recipe? Well, early currency making can be a tad difficult. This is a way to make your life a lot easier. The build guide that I have put out recently for a Mjolnir starter, which is the gameplay you're seeing now, does have a few mandatory uniques, namely the 2 Mjolnirs, Astrominus, and Cyclopean Coil being the big ones. And you're also going to want some decent rares early on. So how am I planning to get the currency to be able to buy these uniques pretty much as soon as I get into maps? Chaos Recipe. So I have a quad tab here with quite a few pieces, and you'll see how this works. What we're going to do, we're going to need a helmet, a chest plate, gloves, and boots. We're then going to need 2 3-socket weapon slots, a belt, amulet, and 2 rings. This should be every item slot. I believe so. We go to a vendor, any vendor, and you sell items, and you're going to put all of them unidentified. And as long as they're above level 60 and below, I believe, 75, you're going to get 2 chaos. And they also all have to be unidentified. And so this is the chaos recipe. And that brings us to Chaos Recipe Enhancer. This is a tool I'm going to be using to make all this chaos recipe management easy. I've tried to do chaos recipes in the past, and I always find it too tedious to bother, and I usually just kind of struggle early on in a league. I am changing that this league because I found this tool, which apparently everyone knew about but me. But in case you don't, here it is. This is Chaos Recipe Enhancer. The link to the download site will be in the description. So you're going to want to put your account name and your PoE session ID. In that link, there will also be instructions for how to get this if you don't know. You're going to set your league, and you're going to want your Chaos Orb recipe. So some general settings that you're going to want to know about. You get your set threshold. This is basically how many sets you want to have done. And then you're going to need to give it this location. The instructions are right here. And you look at, you hover over this icon here. So, got your overlay. You'll see that down here. And you'll see that it's not showing that I have anything right now. It says there's 0 on everything. Well, I click right here. You'll see that I have a bunch of items in here. And I've set it up to be this stash tab. Well, if I click F, stands for fetch, it will find all the items that I have in that stash tab. There you go, you see all these numbers. This is referring to the amount that I need to complete my sets. In the loot filter tab here, we have this loot filter manipulation. This is going to allow you to edit the loot filter that you currently have loaded, or rather the one that you have selected here in this location, and it will tell you exactly which items you need when they drop on the ground by these colors, which I have set on my hotbar. I've also set all jewelry to be always active. This way, no matter whether I have enough of them or I don't, I'll keep picking up jewelry because that does tend to be the bottleneck. And that pretty much covers the tool itself. And there is one last tool to Chaos Recipe Enhancer that is just fantastic. And that is when you press this number right here, the number of sets they say you currently have completed, it will pull up this overlay once you have it set correctly. And there are instructions in that link. You simply pick the items up, and it highlights what items and in what order you want it to pick it up. You simply follow the highlighted red items, and give you a little sound notification when you've got your first set in your inventory, and you can fit 2 sets, so it'll guide you through a second set to pull from your stash. Then you go to Lily Roth or whoever, you sell items, it'll keep this up. You'll want to keep this up if you have more sets that you're going to want to do. 1 set, and 2 set. 4 chaos. Go ahead and turn this off. 4 chaos. Bam. We go back here, we press this button again. And you see this is why you want to keep it open. If you close it and then open it again, it has not updated and doesn't know that a bunch of items have been removed from your stash. And there is a slight delay before you can click this button again to have it updated. So because of that, I recommend you leave this overlay open when you are selling multiple sets. You have your Chaos Recipe Enhancer tool ready to go and set up down here. Now the question is, when and where are you going to be finding these rares? Well, as I mentioned, you need item levels of 60 and above, and the first zone where you're going to start being able to do that reasonably is at the very start of Act 9 in the Blood Aqueduct. So, you're going to want to make sure your tool is set up and working by the time you get to the very start of Act 9. The way I'm going to do it is as I progress through these last 2 acts of the campaign, I'm going to be picking up these rares and following this tool as you would do normally. And the hope is that by the end of the campaign, I have 1, maybe 2 sets to give me that little bit of currency boost, plus any that I dropped, and I can use that to get myself my first Mjolnir. That is the hope for the beginning of this league. If that does not happen, I can certainly do some mapping without it. Now, well, the clip I showed you earlier in this video was from a map and with Atlas passives. Now I'm going to show you the Atlas strategy once you're done with the campaign and you want to get more serious about your Chaos Recipe. So, opening up our Atlas passive tree, I just have the nodes that we're going to be looking at. You may be wondering about this pathing. I simply want to grab these exclusion nodes in the future, so this is what the base pathing for my tree is going to look like. I will be doing another video about my full Atlas strategy later this week. So, Rogue Exile, that is what we're going for. So we're basically taking all 3 Rogue Exile nodes, as you can see here when I click the center icon. Alright, so this one right here, this one is very, very nice. We just get a bunch of additional Rogue Exiles. Makes them a little bit stronger, but they get a chance to have additional rewards. These additional rewards is a big part of getting those extra recipes finished. Next one over here, we've just got a chance to have a ton of exiles in your map. This is a really silly thing, but it can give you a lot of chaos recipes just completed. And then you've got Exiled Will. This one is very important as well, actually. Tormented Spirits are a huge source of quantity and extra items unto themselves. This will give you a lot of though it will also make the Rogue Exiles more powerful. So if your build can't handle it, maybe look at avoiding this. Royal Guard is the last one we have, and this one just gives us a chance to have the map boss with 2 Rogue Exile bodyguards. This is just more chance for more Rogue Exiles. These are going to be more powerful. As you can see, it says that they take 80% less damage, but they do have additional rewards. So the whole point here that these Rogue Exiles are giving us all of these currency pieces for our Chaos Recipe. You may be wondering, well, why do Rogue Exiles drop so many rare jewelry pieces? And it's because they're supposed to drop a full gear set, guaranteed. They are designed to drop a gear set that has been in the game for as long as I can remember. But given now that we have this Atlas tree, we can suddenly give these Rogue Exiles a lot of quantity and a lot of extra additional rewards, say from this, and from this, and from the possession, giving them more quant. And because of all this full set of gear that they're dropping has a higher chance to be rare items, and there's more of them. So because of that, we killed these rogue exiles that usually aren't too difficult, though perhaps with these extra bonuses could be quite tanky. We get almost a full chaos recipe from each rogue exile we kill as long as they have all these bonuses. Well, and that just about wraps up what I wanted to talk about for this video. Chaos Recipe Enhancer should provide me the early currency I need to get my mandatory uniques such as the Mjolnir for my build. I anticipate this to be a nice little currency boost heading into 319. I hope you guys can try out this tool and the strategies I've outlined here to help boost that early game currency. And if you want to try my build, it can get you these Mjolnirs early as well. I hope you all enjoyed. Go ahead and subscribe if you did. Throw a like down on that video. I will see you in the next video.